Nice to know I wasn't the only one that had Twitch on. That hadn't been muted. Hello! Hello, everybody. I should watch my own screen so I know when we're live. Hello! Hi, my name's Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming, and it's Friday, so this all makes perfect sense. It's not supposed to be professional on Fridays because it's Friday, and we're done being professional. We did that already this week. So, that's my version of happy juice, but it's only coffee, so don't worry. We are here on Fridays as usual to play a Fun Shot Friday game, as usual a Grant Howitt game, and for the second or third time, I think second time, we are playing Sexy Battle Wizards tonight. So you heard the title. Put the kiddies in the other room and come back and watch this. This is definitely not going to be child friendly. I mean, it's not, it's not child friendly. We'll leave it at that. First, I got one I to dot and one T to cross. She's giggling already. We're in trouble. The I that I need to dot is our video tabletop of choice that we're using tonight. You can see down there in the corner over here beside me is the Roll20. That's what we're using for all of our rolling tonight. And the art behind us on the overlay is from Pixabay. The character art that you can see is from the player playing the character, and this is why I love having artists in this group, because they show up with their own character art. How cool is that? Now, I talked about these people a little bit. Let's talk about them some more. I want to thank them all for coming tonight. Let's start with Anna. We'll get to your character name in just a second. While you can still speak, would you please be so kind as to tell us where we can find your art?
Absolutely. I am mostly on DeviantArt, but you can also find me at either on Twitter or on Instagram under the username Mariana Mystery, which is my username literally everywhere else. So, hit me up.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, about that character name.
Yes, well, I was gonna go with something different, but then I looked at my own name and I was like, you know what? No, I can use this and expand upon it.
You can.
And at first
expanded upon it might not have been the right choice of words, but here we go. I have decided, just to make it even more fun, that your character is French.
Oh dear.
Just imagine now the pronunciation of your name in French. You are Annalie. You are Annalie Spent. And we'll come back to you in a minute when you can breathe.
Okay, that's all right with me.
Next, joining us playing Red Diva, another a name we could delve in for a long time, but we probably shouldn't. Hellhounds 20, thank you for joining us. Thank you very much for coming and playing with us tonight.
Oh, it's so good to be here again, man.
The laughter begins. That's why we do
I'm
this.
just going to flat out be honest here. I really need this distraction.
Oh, good. Then distract we shall.
I really need this distraction. Hi. Doesn't matter where you find me. I am called Hellhounds20, obviously, unless someone steals my name. I am a artist. I am a gamer. I am a Dungeons and Dragons player. And I have now overworked myself with 4 campaigns to be a dungeon master for. One of them is on hiatus, so I technically only have 3.
Yeah. Oh,
but dear Lord, I need a break, but I don't want a break. Yep. So on Tuesday, I'm going to be hopefully starting streaming the second streamed campaign with a group of friend of mine. I'm just going to put that in the chat.
Yes, please do. And then I was also going to say, if anybody misses any of these, or you're watching on YouTube and can't see the chat, come see us at our Dirty 20 Gaming Discord, and we will get you pointed in the right direction to all these amazing people. We got Bison, we got Wookie, we got Lance, we got Thunderscape. So many people already there. Awesome. We're not even done the introductions yet. This next one is short though, but it's because he hasn't got time to have an online presence. Playing Oh, I love this name. Cheap Down Under. I would like Nick, tell us what else you're doing when you're not here.
Well, when I'm not here, I'm on the Discord. When I'm not on the Discord, I'm probably in class, and if I'm not doing that, then I'm trying to figure out direction for a campaign for some crazy people that for some reason said yes.
Yes, who are
Or
also two of them
crazy
sitting
for
in
saying
this
yes. I
virtual
don't
room
know.
with us tonight. So yeah. So, oh, speaking of crazy ass people sitting in this room and giggling so hard they can hardly speak, who could I possibly be talking about?
It's only started too.
We haven't even officially started yet. Sans playing Light and Match for comic relief because we needed somebody here that was going to be funny tonight. Where can we find you and what other thing? After you tell us all about that stuff, tell us about what's coming up this Tuesday.
I'm over at the Prolonged Engagement. We're a channel that do movies. I am trying not to look over there right now because I will die. I am also now on the Scarred Adventurer blog where I'm writing stories as the Dire King. And that's
nice.
super exciting.
That is a really
and-
cool location, the scarredadventurer.com. There is a lot of very creative people there being very creative.
Yes.
It
They
is a
are-
lot of
And?
fun.
They are
And?
constantly making me like they're my muses. Honestly, I love them all so much.
From what I've seen, that group is their own best group of mutual butt kicking I have ever seen. It's like do something, do something, do something, do something, do something. Yeah.
Yes. And then I am
And
Tuesday.
if you're only thinking of doing something, they will encourage you to go ahead with doing the thing
Yeah,
that you
go
want
for
to do, even if you have doubts about it.
Yeah.
I might
Yes,
have
they will.
selective hearing because I didn't hear kicking for that one. I thought you said something else.
Oh. So you started early as well. Okay.
Hopefully, I don't finish early.
Hey, whoa, okay, yeah, you're already done. Okay, Sans, you still got something you got to tell us, or no, you can't. Should I?
No, I can.
Okay, tell us about Tuesday.
Okay, so on Tuesday, what is the show called now? 'Cause
The
I
show is
think I saw-
called
Behind the screen?
Screenshots.
Screenshots.
It used to be called that. Now it's called Screenshots. Yeah.
I
Fine.
am game master for a game of 10 candles.
Yeah. Which is how would you describe it as a game?
A tragic horror role-playing storytelling game.
Spectacular, yeah. And we did the session 0 for that, and it's a great group. It's gonna be a really interesting game. I very, very rarely get to play a game that I hardly know the rules to, so I'm really looking forward to that. I've usually read the rule book 27 times before we ever start, and I managed to avoid that this time. This makes me very happy. So that's all that out of the way. We should probably play some Grant Howitt tonight. A little bit of sexy battle wizards. So, just to remind anybody that doesn't remember, you are sexy battle wizards. You are members of the College Errant, an organization based in a magic flying castle that roves the land looking to avert arcane disasters and to fight injustice. You have precisely 0 authority to do this. The cops hate you, and you are wanted in several countries for collateral damage caused while saving the world. But who cares? Because you are sexy battle wizards, and it is Friday, and you are at your bar, the It's Not Okay Corral. There's been stuff happened outside the It's Not Okay Corral in the past. Cheap was there. There are yellow feathers down an alleyway here that no one needs to know the story behind. There were events that night that, when told straight up as to exactly what happened, no one believed them. The myths that grew up around the night became more believable than the actual events. Glitterball will never mean the same thing again. But that was last week. There's been 3 fires, 2 floods, and an earthquake in this bar since then, and they were closed on Sunday for renovations. So you guys are here on Friday again. The liquor is flowing, the drinks are flying, and the beer is freely available. All three kinds of alcohol. You guys are just having a good time. The dance floor, they liked the fire motif, so they've kept it, but they put it behind glass. So now the dance floor is inside like a flaming cube. And the DJ is up in a booth on the wall. The booth is shaped like fire, and it's lit from the outside, so it sparkles and looks like it's on fire.
Hey, Light, that one yours?
Why do you think anything on fire is mine?
I don't
haven't
know,
lit
Light, on that.
anything yet.
What do you think?
I haven't lit anything yet.
She picks up her drink and it's on fire.
Diva just slowly covering the sun tattoo on her shoulder.
Oh, this is a nice establishment.
Oh yes, you're relatively new here.
Very-
And as you look around, fresh off the plane, the Concorde, because it's still flying in this world. Why would you take a flying castle when you can take an Anglo-French conglomeration? Because nothing could possibly go wrong with that. It crashed. I should shut up now. As you guys are dancing or not dancing or covering tattoos or whatever it is that you're doing at this particular moment, you notice the lighting in here, which is usually all swooping and very rave-y, starts to change. They slow down. They all go to sort of red and white and blue, and they start moving in patterns that don't match the music.
Huh.
Who is in charge of the lights? They have no sense of rhythm. My goodness.
Who knows? It might be a boy band.
This is just American. Just stupid, red, white, and blue.
It could be French. You don't know. Maybe it's for your new friend here. But anyway, as you guys are contemplating that, the lights around that are doing the fake fire effect around the sound booth go out. And you can see in the sound booth 2 or 3 people struggling. And behind that, the music stops. And in the sudden silence, in the distance, you can hear country and western music.
Oh, the bloody crowd better burn down again.
Ah, hell no.
What is
You
that
told me
noise?
you burned it down. It wouldn't show up again.
I didn't think it would. I thought I took care of it.
Oh, who's
Well, I
playing
guess we gotta
Country
go take care
Roads?
of
That's
it
my
again.
jam.
The only person in the bar that is now dancing is Red Diva to the strains of Country Roads. Roads. Thank you. You have to stop there or you have to pay a percentage. So what do? There's a fight going on up there in the sound booth. You know sound guys, they're tiny. All of them. Little tiny people.
And I was one.
You laugh because it's true, and you're in theater.
I will hold my tongue.
They're only tiny because it's not a middle school play.
So yes, you can see outlined against the little gooseneck lamp that they use to read their computer screen, people struggling up in the booth. Weirdly, even though the music has completely changed, most of the people in this bar are still dancing exactly the way they were dancing before. And as you look around, you realize it's because most of them have got earbuds in and brought their own music.
Oh.
They're just doing that bar
Honestly,
dance thing
fair.
where they got the drink and the bodies do it no matter and they're good at it. They're not spilling and
So it's one of the
drinking while
silent
they're dancing.
DJs.
Yeah. It turns out there was no need for an out loud DJ in this bar. You were the only people apparently listening to them, and you're apparently the only people that have seen what's happened. Gnome and Giraffe, the 2 sizes of sound people.
They're not wrong.
They're not.
A
Okay.
whole Discord full of actors and theater people. Okay, so what do you do? You can just finish your drink, so we can just sit here for an hour and a half doing that. That works.
We can sit here for 2 hours planning what we want to do.
Absolutely, that works too.
Or we could actually go take care of the problem because it
I
looks
am,
like
I am
failed
assuming
the
that
first
it
time.
doesn't sound like the good kind of struggle.
No, it does not.
The best kind of struggles in
If
my room.
anybody is being anally spent up there, it's happening against their will.
Oh.
Chief Down Under, you were saying?
I was saying I might need to go pay some people a visit in a very dark room with only red lights.
Stand up. Just to remind folks, you are all denim and yellow feathers, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, as I described before we went on screen, and I think before you got here, you look like what happened. You are Big Bird's cross-dressing badass friend is basically the way that I see you. So,
Oddly, not a weapon on.
no,
Perfect.
not a weapon in sight. And so what are you doing, Chief?
I'm going to try to remember where the door is because they don't like me when I visit. They say the feathers get in everything.
You look around, you see there's the doors to the outside where you guys had your fight last week, but inside you're trying to get to the sound booth. It's way
Yeah, I'm
up
trying to
the
remember
wall.
where that is. Yeah.
Yeah, you look around and you remember seeing at the start of every night because it's scary and funny at the same time. The sound guy climbing this rickety, it's not even ladders, it's just like rebar rungs that are in the concrete that go all the way up the wall of this converted warehouse that is now this club. And the top, it's like this big plastic bubble just epoxied to the wall is the sound booth. You gave yourself this
Something.
You're
name.
dying over there.
Your belly is gonna hurt for 2 days from all the laughing, and it's 100% your own fault.
I know. I did this to myself, but right now I was laughing because of Bison's comment.
Oh yeah,
If a chocobo got into dirty
leather.
No.
Oh, it's getting worse. Okay, so you head over towards the stairs.
Keep down on the rise.
What's that?
Look
A
at
little
the
bit.
comments on the screen.
Chicken heading over there. You're also our rubber duck. You are all things to all people. The chief heads over to investigate at the bottom of the stairs. Back at the table, there are tears of laughter dripping into your drinks. Your already watered down bar drinks. Red,
Goodness.
you seem like like a person of action. What are you doing?
Is the front of the sound booth open or is there like a window there?
It's from out here. It's mostly a window, but there's a little strip like this wide that goes all the way around.
Okay.
Yeah. Or this wide. How big do you need it to be? What's your plan?
The snake tattoo on my arm can be whatever size I want it to be.
Of course it can.
I want to hold my arm out and have this long, shiny, smooth snake fly out there because he has little delicate wings because he's
Absolutely,
prepared
yeah.
and he's also very gentle,
Yep.
but he's very large.
So yeah, you just point your arm and boom, off goes the snake. In a bar full of people who are wasted. There is a wide and varied response, consisting not entirely of "Oh my god! Oh my god! It's a snake! It's a snake! It's a snake!" Dozens of those. One that you hear very specifically go in the other direction, going "Pigeon! Pigeon! Pigeon!" Must be the wings. There's the big
Ooh,
tattooed
that
skinhead
is one
dudes. There's like
long
4 of them
lady.
sitting in the corner, too afraid to talk to anybody. They're like poking each other, go, "Look at the snake! Look at the snake! Cool snake! Cool snake! Cool snake! Yeah." But other than that, yes, your snake heads up, and where is it going? Through the gap?
Is going through the gap, and I'm hoping it'll recognize which one is the sound technician
Absolutely.
and
it
coil
will.
around the other one.
Okay, so there's 2 others in there. I'm just gonna ramp this up. You can see through your snake's eyes as they fly up through the window and use their little wings to crawl in the window, and they hang there for a second, half in and half out, ready to strike. And they can see the typical little sound guy. He's not only tiny, he's got like a little fringe of hair. He's going bald prematurely. He's got a little like one of those sleeveless sort of vests. It's not a cool shirt with a name on it. It's one of those old school undershirts that you're supposed to wear under
Yeah.
a dress shirt, and it's too long
Yeah.
and it's all baggy. Looks like maybe it's his mom's nightshirt or something weird. Baggy jeans underneath that, and half undone Doc Marten boots. He's got a headset still hanging around his neck, and one of the people is actually choking him out with it. The other one's standing behind him with a stick, trying to figure out how to get around to hit him.
Oh, I will show them how it is done, but soon.
The snake
I
is coiled
want-
and prepared to strike. Who does it strike first?
The one choking the guy, but its tail's gonna slap the guy for his fashion choice.
So the snake hurls itself forward. Give me that has got to be a battle. Yeah, there's only 3. How could I not remember the stats? There's only 3 of them. Give me your battle for the snake, because it's your snake. So a 5 is the highest round with that, but they had the 4 to back it up. Officially in the rules, the 4 doesn't make any difference, but I decided I was going to use the second highest die to see what the tail did. They both succeed. So the fanged part at the front of your snake grabs onto like the back of the neck, excuse me, of the guy that was choking out the DJ, and does an impossible thing. It's little tiny, and it lifts the guy up off the floor by the fangs, and you can see it pumping venom into the back of this guy's neck. The sound guy, as soon as the wire is released around his neck, starts going, "That's right, that's fucking right. You're absolutely," smack right across the face with his tail of your snake. Ow! How come nobody likes me?
Red Diva all the way down near the dance floor goes, "Cause you dress like a goof."
I heard that. I have very sensitive ears.
Stop shouting.
Cheap. No, hang on. Sorry. I know where you're going. You're going up the stairs. Who do I need next? Light a match. What are you doing? I'm going to save the other one for last.
I was gonna follow Cheap up
Okay.
just to make sure that he actually does his job, and so that he can't say that this is my fault because it failed last time.
No, you can see right up his shorts.
Oh, you would like to join in the fun. I understand.
And he wiggles a little bit. And as I said, you can see right up his shorts. So you're climbing up behind his behind, as it were. So you guys are climbing up the wall. The snake is in the window. Red's still, as far as I can tell, sitting at the table. They've still got their drink. It's just like, this isn't even worth getting up for yet. I just sent the snake. And which leaves us with Anna Lee. What are you doing?
She will absolutely be sipping on her drink. And I imagine that it's a pink and purplish drink.
Oh, good
What,
grief. Okay.
what are the
Yeah.
contents? I have no idea.
Doesn't matter yet. Yeah.
But it's
The bartender doesn't know either. It changed when she poured it
it's
into your
it's
glass.
something.
It happens all the time. You always get the same drink no matter what they put in the
Yeah,
glass.
she's absolutely drinking, and she's looking up. What is all that racket?
And now that
I came here to have a good time.
and now that your friends are in there, the light has been bumping. You can see what's going on if you want to do something from a distance.
I don't know, because I feel like she would either just stay and watch,
Yeah.
or she would just throw some kind of insult
Okay. Well,
up there, like.
as you sort of try to decide what to do,
Be a reflection of a different kind of character.
Because she this is one of the first times that she's come to the bar,
absolutely.
and so she's trying to figure out, is this kind of part of the show, or
Perfect, because as you're trying to figure that out, your view is blocked by this large shaved male chest. Okay. And you kind of back off the focus a little bit, and now in front of you dancing. And I mean like giving it the works, completely topless, really low slung leather pants. That's got to be padding in the front because there's no way, and bare feet, and is just grinding the table. The drinks that you don't have in your hands. So in other words, the drinks that these two left behind are just
They're shaking.
swaying on the table. Yeah, this is definitely part of the show.
Do they have a particular race or something, or is it just
They are whatever you want them to be. I forgot to mention one thing. There is a row of 10 euro notes tucked into the waistband of the very tight black jeans.
ooh?
He looks down at you.
Hello,
What's your
darling.
name? What's your name?
My name is Annalie, but you can call me whatever you want, sweetheart.
Annalie, that's kind of funny. It almost sounds like...
Oh, I have my talents.
And he turns around and starts grinding the table with his butt.
Oh, now
Cut
that's
back.
a nice view.
As you're enjoying that, I guess we know what one of us is doing for the next hour. If you watched Corsairs last week, this is a running plan now on this. Apparently now every episode somebody's going to bard this shit up. So, Cheap, you are the
Hey man,
next one.
I have a bard in the other game, and she is not
Yes,
like that. So
yeah.
let me have my fun.
You come up to
Yeah,
the sound booth and pull open the epoxy door, and it kind of wobbles on its hinges and creaks, and you look inside and you see the snake with one guy by the back of the neck. The other guy's got a bat that he's about to step in and hit the poorly dressed sound guy with. What would you like to do? Oh, there's also a big hole in the wall, the back wall, where this thing, like I said, it was epoxied to the wall, and you can see a big hole going into the next room, which appears to be where the country music is coming from.
Do I at all recognize this snake?
I don't know how many times you've hung out with Red.
I don't know, Red.
You don't know Red, then you don't know the snake. No. Just this freaking snake in here killing this guy. Like, you can see the venom's just... The guy's starting to convulse, yeah.
You dress okay, you're rough.
Why is everybody picking on the way I dress? I got slapped by a snake. It's just a shirt. No one can see me. I'm in the booth.
Okay, that means you're the guy I don't have to kill. Good to know.
What? No, don't kill me.
All right, Cheap, you take care of here. I'll take care of the music.
You climb past that, yes. So Cheap has determined which one of you is supposed to die. Lyda, you climb into the room at this point and look around. Baseball bat turns to you and kind of spins it in his hand, doing that absolutely useless move that people that think they're good with swords do. That thing. There's no reason to do that. Never mind. They do that with their baseball bat and get ready to come
My
at
plan
you.
was to try to strangle him with the snake's tail, because I do not recognize whose snake this is.
So you just grab the snake and start choking the guy out. Okay. And at the same time, what do you do, Lyda?
Well, if this guy's really gonna challenge me, fine then.
Yeah.
So I take out my glaive and I'm just like, "You're gonna play that game?"
He's got his little 2-foot
Oh.
baseball bat, and
Oh.
suddenly, magically, inside this tiny sound booth, you pull out a 15-foot glaive.
Grabs the snake, and all we hear is bzzz, the wings.
Just pulling and lifting on this guy, yeah. Speaking of the snake, Red, they're kind of stealing your yes, Bison, absolutely. She's blushing. That's gonna last all night. You're kind of be the snake is what I'm saying. That's kind of your turn for now, until you tell me that Red climbs up or actually gets off her butt and does something. But yeah, for now you're the snake. So you are inside the booth. This guy is dead now. So I assume that the natural next thing to do would be to try and start eating him. You tell me.
This might be complicated.
Meanwhile, somebody has
No.
just grabbed your tail and is trying to choke out the other guy.
The snake's gonna let go of the dead guy because it's on a diet.
Yeah, okay. And everybody knows that people in country bars are not tiny. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's gonna turn around to see who's got a hold of it.
Yep. And there's feathers and denim and leather just choking a guy out with your tail.
If there was a camera, it's gonna look at the camera and just, oh well, just shrug.
There is a security camera. You shrug at the camera, and somehow this little plastic camera that's stuck to the wall shrugs back. It just keeps recording.
Just doing my job.
Red is
Just
gonna
doing my
pull her
job.
vision away from the
Yeah.
snake to let it do its own thing.
Okay. Yeah.
See the grinding guy at the table and just go, ew.
That's not very. And he just kind of looks over his shoulder. That's not very inspiring. He kind of starts moving his. He's like he's now wiggling it at you, trying to impress you with his backside.
Sorry, hun, you need to be a little bit bigger.
And he starts to walk away, all defeated and crushed. The big guys, the four big skinheads in the corner, but none of them are brave enough to come over and make a go.
It's,
Have a go
it's all
themselves.
right, darling. It's not the size that matters. It's what you do with it.
He just gets even smaller as he's walking away. Just.
Oh no,
By the
that's
time-
not what I meant.
By the time he gets to the door, he's the proverbial 98-pound weakling. He's got to hold up his jeans with one hand. He's shivering in the cold as he goes home to live in his mother's basement. You've destroyed him. Wasn't even one of the official
Poor
experiences.
dude.
I want to quickly pop back up to the sound booth. Chief, give me a battle while you use a snake to choke out a bad guy.
Oh, this is so sad.
Oh, unfortunately,
I
that's
mean,
a
if he wants to
failure.
play
So
rough,
that
I
is
can.
that is an actual failure. So mark one stress and a determination. And remember, you can use those determinations to add a die to a roll later if something becomes
Good
important.
lord, my cheeks hurt.
But you
Oh, please tell me he
take
turns.
this. You take this snake tail and go to wrap it
Fucking
around
too
the neck,
much.
and the tail just like nope, 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 nope. And by the time you're done, you've done bondage before, but it's been a while. You're basically tied to the wall to the wall and around all the sound gear by the snake. And the
Okay.
more you
Snake's
struggle,
looking at you like, what do you want me to do about this?
yeah, and just instinctively, the more you struggle, the tighter it gets.
This is fine.
And you don't have a safe word. I would have cut away on that. Lida, what are you doing?
Well,
Oh,
he
you
wanted to
were
play-
you were glaving this person, right? Right. I forgot. Give me the battle. Glaive away in this tiny
This is-
space.
this is gonna be really bad.
Oh, that's exceptionally good. That is much more than you needed. You, in this tiny little space, in a 6-foot room, you swing a 15-foot weapon. But this is Friday, so everything works. And you just, boom. And as it goes through, you realize you've hit that perfect spot where it's severed at first contact. So you turn the glaive sideways into a bat, and the head right out that little gap. And you watch it arcing through the red, white, and blue lights in a very patriotic way before it lands in the middle of the dance floor, grinning face up, cowboy hat askew on its head. And everybody goes, ah, and starts to flee in every direction because there's a decapitated body squirting blood on the dance floor.
Someone don't let it go to waste.
Ooh, a creepy little dude, more dog than man, jumps out from underneath one of the tables, runs out, and grabs, starts running back onto the table, licking the stump. Never to be seen again. There.
That works.
Does it have one tooth sticking out its mouth and
Just one little
staring at-
fang.
Yep. Yep.
Only one eye, one ear, and one fang. Just
Yep.
It's not cannibalistic when a dog eats a human. So that's upstairs. Back at the table, nobody attempting to get you to tip them, to tip their tip, so to speak. What are the two of you doing at the table? Your snake has now sent you a message. It's boring up here.
Oh, it is boring with the Jeep.
Red is just gonna lift her arm where the snake came from, stroke the part where it usually is, and it's there again, and it's gone from up there.
You're untied and fall to the
I will
ground behind
find
the
you
chair.
later. You do not ever win against the Jeep.
But I wasn't done. I wasn't done.
He's a
Oh my
character
God.
very often.
So,
Oh, good lord.
up in the booth, the two of you, Cheap Down Under and the fine and wonderful Light a Match. The two of you now see this big hole in the wall, and you look through, and it's a country bar next door. They've built a scaffolding up the wall and broke through because they know where the sound booth is on this side. They're clearly trying to take over. Through the hole, you can see.
Not my fault.
It is clearly a country bar. There is a a live band, and above it there's a banner on the wall that is their name, and the name of the live band is Live Band. So there was a mistake at the printers, and they just went with it. They do awful cover tunes. You can tell, like, you can just barely tell, even though you might recognize the occasional song. The one earlier that you thought was Country Roads, that was actually supposed to be a Johnny Cash song, but they're that bad. But weirdly enough, everybody in that bar is line dancing. All the jeans are tucked into their cowboy boots. Lots of bleach blonde permed hair with little tiny cowboy hats sitting on top. Lots of sweaty cowboy hats on half bald heads. And they're line dancing. And there's a bull riding area over in one corner. And they're line dancing. Did I mention?
Please don't
line
tell me
dancing?
it's a mechanical ball.
Yeah, well, yeah, the mechanical bull. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah, there's a mechanical bull riding section.
What is
over in the
wrong
corner.
with them?
Although
The
a
real things
wizard
are way
could
more
fix
fun.
that. So the two of you are up there. The other two are, you look out the window down into the bar and still they see the other two still at the table, apparently undisturbed by this. What do the two of you up in the booth do first?
Light,
I
you
set
first.
it on fire.
Okay.
You just reach through and light it up. Okay. Back down at the table. Sorry, what does Cheap do?
Cheap's plan, without knowing what Light is about to do, is to pull a bull from somewhere and ride into this bar on a live bull.
Okay. Live bull. All right, so you give me a wizard for the live bull, and you give me a wizard for the fire. So. Ooh, wow. Okay. 5 is enough to get some fires. So, oh, what an entrance. Light a match.
Am I on a flaming bull now?
Oh,
The fire jets out of the hole in the wall and forms like a ramp down into the bar, scorching the straw hats off a number of dancers and lighting those hideously perms full of hairspray. They just going up like matches, just like fireworks across this bar. Down this ramp of fire on not one, but you rolled it 2 bulls. Do you want 1 foot on each, or are you riding them both like cowboy style?
And them both like a cowboy style. Show them how it's done.
So it's like 1 under each leg, just riding 2 bulls at the same time, in denim, black leather, and feathers.
that is an impressive reach.
Sometimes my mind makes it impossible for me to continue speaking. As down this ramp of fire and into the line dancers come 2 huge Brahma bulls. 6-foot horn spans, lumps on each back, 7 feet tall, and under each on each one of them being ridden easily by the foot of this bird in denim, just dancing on the top of 2 bulls as you slide into this bar. The 2 of you still in the It's Not Okay corral. You look up, and that little bubble on the wall, just the whole inside of it just lights up with red flames and then goes out. What are you doing?
Ah, boy. Someone lit something on fire again. Starts going up the stairs.
Now I gotta go fix it.
What is
Stomping
going
across
on
the
up there?
bar.
Snake news, but I find myself some bulls.
Yeah.
Haven't seen the tattoos on my legs yet.
Annalie-
Some
Annalie
redheads up the
will-
stairs yet. Annalie.
Yeah, and Annalie will down the rest of her drink.
And back up the stairs.
She will
There's
push her hair back,
yeah.
full on adjust her little coat, that
Yeah.
seems to somehow shimmer, even though
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
like as if it radiated light itself.
Yep.
She just puts it back and she just goes after Fred because she needs to know what the heck is going on up there.
Absolutely.
Especially with the panic down here. It's just
on your way across the bar, a young lady comes up to you and hands you a glass of white wine. Do you take it?
oh, thank you, Daphne.
As you touch it, it turns into that purple and pink stuff that you drink.
How very nice. I appreciate it.
And she's like,
Belated,
Oh my
darling.
gosh.
you look down and she's wearing a shirt that says Toys for Days.
Oh.
The two of you get to the stairs and climb up just in time to see the unspeakable, by which I mean can't speak, light a match standing at the top with this. Your ramp awaiteth, is what I'm saying. At the bottom of the ramp, causing unknowable mayhem in this bar, two Brahma bulls and a cheap. Those bulls
Also
are
the
down under
fact-
everything. It's getting nasty down there.
The fact that they're two adult bulls,
Oh
and
yes.
for someone to be able to ride them both, it's got to be
Oh, it's
legs
ridiculous.
full on spread.
It's Friday. Oh yeah. Oh, don't talk to us about how far cheap can spread their legs. That is, there are limits even on this channel. 180 degrees actually is the limit because beyond that, yeah.
Like I was imagining just complete splits.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
yeah.
He's double
Just
jointed.
a toe on each side. Just. With that, your entry awaits for the two of you. Red.
The bulls will be tired by
and-
morning, I promise.
Oh, one more thing about the bulls. As you are China shopping this place, for lack of a better phrase, the mechanical bull over in the corner, you hear moo, moo. And you look over, and the mechanical bull is giving one of your bulls the eye. Just one, because they have one on each side of their head. They can't actually give you the eyes. But yeah.
I do not necessarily need both. You may have one later.
And it wiggles like a puppy.
Like,
So-
Light's just gonna look at Anna and Red and be like, Chief's already having fun. We're late. Come on.
You got the flaming escalators on the go. Red and
Very well.
yes. How do you make your entrances?
So, the people in the country bar, how are they reacting to all this?
Like country bar people, most of them are swearing and drinking more. Some of them are pulling out weapons and trying to shoot the bulls. A lot of them are saying very, very rude things about Cheap. Like I said, it's a country bar, so pretty much exactly what you would expect from every stereotype I'm going to play on tonight.
Never
So.
survive a night.
I'm gonna look at Light a Match and Anna and go, my idea might ruin your ramp, so please go first. And she's like starting to roll up her jeans
Oh, do
I
tell.
don't ask
on
questions.
one leg, specifically one leg.
Okay.
And
Yeah, okay. So you pull it out of because you've got the big boots, right? So you just start rolling it up past the boot. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Which leaves
like-
us and
Right at-
Annalie. Yeah. Annalie, how do you enter the room? Yeah.
I know that my lowest stat is wizard, but I am so
Don't care.
tempted to just
So it
cast
never
Just
does
something
go
that.
for it,
behind
man.
Never,
me.
Just go
ever-
for it.
Go
Worst
for
that can
it.
happen is
If
you
you
fail.
have an idea, go for it.
Yeah, basically what I want to do
Yes,
is
understand.
have
Your
some
family,
kind of
my
light.
family, Bison's family. Yeah, that's what this bar is filled with. What do you want to do? Some kind of light.
Some kind of light in the back, in my back, so that it like shines and keeps me in like a silhouette.
Absolutely. Is it the same color as your
if-
drink? Purple and pink?
You know what? Sure.
As you walk
Sure.
down the fiery stairs with the purple and pink array behind you like peacock feathers. Just
Yeah.
we all know exactly where those are coming out of, Anali. Uh, as you get to the bottom, Lyda, you have been told that Red does not need your staircase anymore. How are you getting from here to there?
As I hop on, it's the last step, so it
Yeah.
just like takes me
And it
down
just
with the glaive.
like an escalator. Perfect.
Yep.
Glaive on your shoulder, and you just drift down into the room. Red, left alone in the remains of the sound booth. The little tiny sound guy looks up at you and says, "So what are you doing after the show?"
I'm gonna look at him as I finish rolling up one of my pant legs to show that one of the tattoos is a herd of horses.
And he's staring at
All
that.
of them
Yeah.
made.
Well,
All of them.
He might be
all
staring
of
at the
them-
horses. He's definitely staring at your leg. But yeah,
All of
so-
them are made of fire and smoke. And there's one cowboy that's like looks like Ghost Rider on it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
At
heck
that
yes.
moment, he looks up like he's going to say something to you. He sees the snake on your arm for the first time. And you see him, which is my new catchphrase, you see him put 2 and 7 together. And he's like, oh, and he just starts backing away. And he's like under his sound booth, like pulling the fire insulation off the inside of his sound gear and curling up underneath the counter. The shirt's really
everybody
flammable.
So everybody in the country bar hears this rumble that's louder than the two bulls, and a stampede of ghostly horses comes stampeding through,
Yep.
with Red standing perfectly still on top of the back of the lead horse, arms
Yep.
crossed with a smirk.
Oh,
Yeah, and for some reason, foodly-oodly-oo, wah, 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 as you come down out of the sky. Meanwhile, back in the original bar, none of you were there, but everybody just kind of looked around and went back to dance.
All
They're
you know
already-
is the bass suddenly got a lot better through their feet.
As you look up, there's already somebody spackling the hole behind you guys from the other side. At this point, this place is coming unstuck. I mean, there are people trampled under bulls, under flaming horses. There are fireballs. There are bright lights blinding people. There are mechanical bulls falling in love with real bulls. There are shots are now being fired in all directions, but they're drunk country bar people. So mostly they're just shooting up the ceiling. It's the police will be here sometime, but much like your bar, which, as I said, burns down 4 or 5 times a week, they will be here later after it calms down. This is, after all, a country bar. You think your bar is bad? This bar has burned down 7 times tonight already. So you guys are just the main attraction. You're like the headline fight at a night of fights. You're the headline
Mhm.
show. You're the main act. So as you are wreaking mayhem in all directions, everybody give me a straight D6 roll, because there is no stat in this game for seeing stuff. Nope.
bulls are hard to see over.
Nope. Nope.
Horses are hard to see over.
I was gonna
So,
say, as soon
we all-
as
we all
Diva
rolled
got down to the
1d6.
floor, the horses
Yep.
were gonna sink to the floor and then back into her leg.
Okay, so yeah.
So-
The
So,
flaming
Stampede's
horses,
gone.
they just scale down and run back up onto your leg, and as they wrap around your leg, they turn back into... Oh, are they the same as they were before, or are they in a different pose this time?
This time they're in a pose like some of them are trying to fight each other, so they're in that reared back position and
So
showing
it
that they
does-
have very sharp teeth.
Oh yeah, I like it. Yeah, this way they can, every time they go back on you. Just when you play this character in future, that's now canon. They change when they go back onto your body. So there is, like I said, absolute mayhem going on in this room. Nobody knows. Actually, all 4 of you mark a stress and a determination, because you all failed to see something. But you have to see it for the story to move on. So as people are dying, they're dropping to the floor. But you notice a couple of them fall, but they don't quite get all the way to the floor. Like their head is suspended. And you go over and start to look, and from the top of every single one of them, right at the crown of their head, there's a very, very tiny wire that goes up, and they all go to this little circle in the ceiling. There's a few survivors left in this bar now. They're shooting at each other from behind overturned tables. The 3 of the 4 band members that are still alive continue to play, although they're a little shaken, so they're each playing a different song. Strangely enough, it's hard to tell. That's kind of how they've sounded all night. In fact, the fact that one of them's dead at least means it's quieter.
Well.
But
Monster.
as per
Like
universal
there
rule,
is.
Yep.
but as per universal rule, every time we look at the guys who are shooting each other, we hear fast-paced, panicked hillbilly banjo playing.
Oh yes, absolutely. And the Star Wars rules have applied as well. Nobody ever runs out of ammunition, and nobody ever hits each other. So just 1,000 rounds have gone off in the last minute. I'm going to take a little creative license and actually have some gun smoke actually appear in a gunfight because it's bad cinematically. So there's actually just enough gun smoke to make the flashes look cool in the gathering gloom as the lights go out in here too, allowing these little wires to sparkle in the remaining glow, particularly in the silver and purple glow of Annalie's drink,
Well,
which I hate
looks
to
like
say it
there
was
is.
oozed into the glass. No, I don't. I did. Go. Somebody say something quick.
Well, there seems to be a dungeon master in the ceiling.
Oh my god.
I guess we're gonna have to go up there now.
I'm gonna
I'm
look at
sorry,
everyone
I had
and then
to. I had
I'm
to.
gonna look-
You know I had to.
Of course you did.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at everyone and then hold up the arm with the snake. Like, should I send this guy up? Because he's got wings.
You look over and on the arm, the snake is starting to squirm up like a cat getting ready to jump. The little wings are coming out.
And I didn't notice it before, but it now has a cocktail in its mouth.
The eyes aren't quite focused. It might have been drinking when you weren't looking. Oh no, I know exactly what it was. The DJ was wasted. Your snake has got a bit of a buzz going from whatever the DJ was on.
I just look at this is why you're on a diet.
Bzzzt, bzzzt, bzzzt. Just one wing goes, kind of almost falls off your arm.
Your companion can take care of this. Go right ahead.
My snake's drunk. I'm gonna turn and send my owl.
Okay, so boom,
This
off of your
owl
shoulder.
made of
It's
pure,
safest.
like, that looks like a galaxy come to life, just flies up there.
Well, but just
Star.
before they do, that's the one on your shoulder, right?
Yep, that's the one that's glowing.
So, as if I may take creative license, it doesn't just appear; it like kind of grows out of your shoulder until there's an actual owl sitting on your shoulder,
Hmm.
and this is like this
Nice.
galaxy owl made of stars. And as its claws, its last little talons come out and sort of clamp onto your shoulder for a little bit of purchase, as it becomes corporeal, all the lights in the room go out.
Oh, nice.
This is a galaxy
Nice.
owl. It just got black in here. You guys can see for narrative effect, but it's black in here. And then you send the owl up into the darkness to see what's going on.
Yes, to go up where those strings came from.
Absolute silence, because owls are not absolutely silent, but they are in here because this is a mythical game. And they are very, very quiet.
Their
Couple
wings
flaps
make
up to the
almost no noise.
And because it is this mystical representation of an owl, it just goes through the roof tiles. And again, you can see through its eyes, but it's almost painful the amount of information that this owl can process. Because it's not just seeing visual light, it's seeing infrared, ultraviolet, radio waves, UHF, stuff we haven't even got phrases for, stuff that doesn't even exist in the electromagnetic spectrum or even of this plane. And your owl is seeing all of it, but swirling in the midst of that, you can see this little disc. It's about this big around that all the wires go into the bottom of. And on the top, it says property of the FBI. If lost, please return to and an address. No, pardon me. I retconned that. If found, please return to the van outside on the street.
Well then,
Anything?
that stupid Wi-Fi joke is real.
I take inspiration from interesting places. So, do you share that information? Your owl knows that up through the roof.
Yes, I am definitely sharing that with everyone. Yeah. That Wi-Fi joke about an FBI van outside. Those strings are going to a disc that belonged to them.
There's a Wi-Fi that's available in my house called RCMP Surveillance Van, and RCMP is our Royal Canadian Mounted Police. So somebody around here's got a really good sense of humor. So, but yes,
Ours has FBI in your closet.
Mhm.
Does it sound like some people want to meet us?
Maybe.
Meanwhile, your owl is up in the dark eating stars.
Trying to ruin all the fun.
Oh, might as well bring it down.
So back through the ceiling and back onto your arm, flutters a little bit and looks at you like, do I have to?
Yes, you have to.
Oh, I want to do something, but I don't
And does
know
that
if
sort of
it's gonna
flutter thing
work.
that that birds do to get their feathers all in order. But as they do that, they just sort of collapse back into the tattoo on your shoulder. But this time it's giving you a look.
Oh,
Like your dog when you take them out and they pee and you bring them back in right away and they give you that look like, come on, I didn't even get a chance to do zoomies.
Oh, I guess what I said wasn't really understood. I meant I wanted it to grab the disc. Sorry.
Oh, to bring the disc back down, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Just rips it out of the cheap tile ceiling, the very flammable cheap tile ceiling, and down. And then brings it down and drops it in your hand. So you now have this disc in your hand with a little tiny like optical wire that goes to every single redneck in this room. For comic effect, the lid pops open. The lid that says "Property of FBI. If found, please return to the van outside." Pops open, and there's a series of command buttons inside.
What?
They can be whatever you like.
It is in Red's hand.
So you know how in
yes.
some video games when physics on the ragdolls break,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
they start
Yes.
spazzing in
Yes.
place,
Yes.
I'm gonna press that button because
Yep.
I love it.
There's a big button at the top that says mess with It says ragdoll ragdoll smiley face. And you hit that and even though they're all dead and laying on the floor, they all start like for no reason at all start falling over stuff and falling over each other. If you reach out and push one with your foot, you can't imagine what sort of insane mayhem will ensue.
I'm not touching them. I'm just enjoying the show.
Yeah, and yeah, you're scanning down. There's as many buttons as you want. There's screens of them. Think of them like commands and on a phone. Right? You can just keep scrolling pages, and you can make them do whatever you want. The other three, what are you guys doing? You did tell them about the FBI van outside, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Cool. I don't use front door, so I'm going for the alley.
Cheap in the
You
alley
only ever
again.
find cheap down under in an alley.
Where else do you expect to find me?
So you're heading for the alley. Yep, there's an alley. There's every place you go, there's an alley. It's weird. You go to a round building in the center of a field. When you leave, there's an alley. So you go out a door only you can see into the alley beside the building. The rest of you, what are you doing? Necro dancing. Yes, just bad physics dancing. So
I imagine that in the scuffle of bodies moving, some of them have clumped up into a group,
oh yes, yeah, and there's the one that somehow got
like
themselves
they're
halfway
actually
through a wall.
gravitating.
Yeah, there's a
They're
butt
gravitating towards.
like they used to call them King Rat when the rats got their tails stuck together and couldn't get apart. There's a bunch of people like that all kind of doing this in a mess. Yeah, they got that interlock thing where their legs are through each other. There's one stuck
Yeah.
halfway through the wall doing that thing. Yeah, like a bad early 90s video game.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And Red, some of you may have never heard Red giggling before, but I'll bet you are now. Red? Thank you.
I love ragdoll physics.
And there's a now because you like it so much, there's now a slider. So you can change the amount of ragdoll physics that's going on, so you can increase and decrease the entropy involved.
Oh no,
I was gonna say that I am so tempted to just punt a group of them just to see if they'll just
One.
They split apart and bounce off the walls and continue to ragdoll poorly off of each other. Every once in a while, they pass through each other, like they failed to recognize that there was a solid body there. Yeah, whatever. The programmer in this room is completely overwhelmed. So that you're just running around kicking dead bodies, making them fly around the room, because that shows nothing but class and style, while glowing pink and purple and drinking a drink.
Yep, and I imagine
Lyda.
that there's a cloud of pink and purple like all
everywhere
around
you
me.
go. Yeah, which you're
And
expelling.
I also like.
Which you're expelling Annalie. Yeah, you're farting pink and purple all around the room. So.
Oh, and now I don't know if I should.
That was
Go
Annalie
for
spent.
it.
Go.
Go for it.
I like to
Go
think that
for
it has aphrodisiac properties for some reason.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
And now the
smells like fruit and has the
people. The very few people that are still alive are suddenly just.
Oh no, it's better than
Don't worry.
that. It smells like grapes and it works on the dead. So now some of the movement is the result of ragdoll physics, and some of the movement is the result of undead sex. I did tell sexy farts. Absolutely, thank you. I did tell everybody who's watching
so
to put
much
the kitties
better.
away at the start
So
of
much
this.
better than whatever I had planned.
Oh my god.
Yes, that screenshot you had from Cyberpunk Bison absolutely inspired the not.
I am thinking Gary's mod.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the intentionally bad physics. So.
Oh, my cheeks hurt from laughing so much.
All right, so did
I have an
anybody-
idea.
Cheap, you went looking for. You went outside, right? You went looking for the van.
I did.
I was trying.
Okay.
I can't talk.
You were going as well. Just give me a thumbs up if you were also heading outside. Okay. The two of you giggling and like you're laughing this hard in the game. There's snot coming down your face. You're laughing so hard you can't wipe it away. It's just you're losing it. You need to get outside and get some fresh air, if nothing else. You
Fresh
start.
air.
I will ask them, do we want to leave this bar alive? Okay, I'll be the last one out.
And the ones that are inside, there's now the band stops, looks at each other, and starts playing down. This is playing sexy music now. It's undead death metal sexy music. I'm not exactly sure how that sounds, but I'll leave that to you. And weirdly enough, they're really talented as a trio in undead death sex music. So it's a lost niche market, but there they are. You have found the very best in the world at it.
Oh no! They used to play music like that, but then they were hired.
They were hired to play country music just for tonight. That's why they were so bad. Oh, I love it. Yeah. They know they're not getting paid tonight. They're going back to their roots, and it just happens to be perfect.
It's not their specialty, but now they're finally getting to do what they do best.
Oh.
Their first album was called Skull Me. Okay, we're gonna stop now. So that is going on inside. I'll chase you out of there eventually. The two of you step out in the street, giggling and howling and laughing to find a very thick wire going from the roof of the building out to this van that's parked on the street. And it says in big white letters, unmarked FBI surveillance van on the side of it. What do you do?
Do you want to take care of that one? I can.
Very subtle, yes.
I can bring something in from the void if you want, but.
I mean, don't you still have that guy from? Don't you have a demon in there from last time?
Yes, I do.
I mean, if it showed up in the back of their truck, I'm sure they wouldn't be thrilled.
I can do that.
I mean, if you just make them show up, I can put them in the back of the truck.
Okay. And
Okay, so
Oh,
wizard to
cool.
make him show up. Oh, you've already got him, right? You had him from last time. He's
What's
trapped
in
in
the glaive?
something. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
So
he's trapped
there's
in the
no,
glaive.
yeah, no rule
Inside
for
the-
that. You
inside
just, if you
Down
want to
and
put,
twist.
if you, I was gonna say, if you want to put him in the van, just stab the van and twist.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, you don't really need Cheap to help you there.
Okay.
What were you planning on doing, Cheap? How are you gonna help? You,
I
you
mean,
teleport
how
him?
many people? Is there like somebody in the driver's seat, or is there like some person kind of on a computer,
Well,
about the van?
seeing as how you asked, you look around the front. There are. It's the middle of the night, like it's bar time, right? It's 2 a.m. In the front of the van are two guys in black suits, black ties, white shirts, sunglasses, sitting in the passenger and driver's seat, slightly slumped down with identical white coffee cups that they're sipping from, clearly being sneaky AF. Like they were trained in FBI school, except that
Cool.
their jackets say FBI in bright yellow letters on the chest, and
Cool.
then you
I know
can see
If
exactly-
they
there's
were
a name
being
tag underneath
if they were
that.
being sneaky, they would have Tim Hortons cups.
Yes, that's
I know
right.
exactly
They
where this
did.
demon's
We
going
think they
now.
were Canadian, and no Canadians can be up to anything bad.
So what it's gonna do?
Oh, and then
is-
there's a curtain, so you can't see into the back. So there's clearly no one in the back. It's a surveillance van.
Well, my plan is, because I can see one person on driver's side, one person passenger side being
Yeah.
very sneaky,
Yes.
is when the demon is summoned or brought out of whatever void it's in, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put one leg in the driver's side, one leg in the passenger side, and see how close I can get its rear end, or basically its butt, to be on top of the two unfortunate individuals who I cannot see.
Okay. So you're gonna put it in a compromising position, shall we say?
For
Absolutely.
everybody involved.
I don't need any rolls from anybody. So you the glaive, and out comes the demon, and it's good to be out, and we magically shoved and teleported inside the van. From inside the van, you hear, "Hey, Frank, been a long time. Good to see you. Grab a coffee. Sit down. We're watching some people inside, but the wires got kind of weird a minute ago." Of course, FBI agents are all demons. You
Oh,
That's better.
No, he's home at least. He's home at least, and your glaive is empty. It's starting to smell like
Oh.
FBI agent in there.
I hope the one in the back is the one that I sent.
Sorry, the one in the back you sent what?
I hope the one in the back is the one I sent home to his wife last time.
Yeah.
I don't know it yet.
No.
From inside the van, you hear. You ever get that thing right after you wake up? Oh, that's better. Oh.
I'm sure
You
that's
just
not
hear-
Limp.
From inside the van. That's the two that were outside already. Back inside.
I am out of
yeah.
words.
then
Sorry.
I've come to you at the perfect time. The two
Yeah.
of you are inside. The two of you are standing at the door. You look in, undead orgy. You look out, farting FBI surveillance van. What would you like to do?
I already said I was going to be the last one out the building. I'm just waiting for everyone else to leave.
So yes, as you're standing by the door, Anali, you back out of the building because that's canon now.
Yeah.
You do everything Anali. So you back out of the building.
Oh my god.
Leaving,
and turn
leaving
around
the
to
same
see.
the same cloud of pink and purple behind me.
Yeah. So it's I should have called this the power of gas or the power of ass because your pink and purple smoke is coming out of the backside of you. The van is now starting to. There's a green smoke emitting from the gagging sounds of vomiting sound from in the van now. So yes, it's dueling asses. We knew this is where this was going to end up.
This is not at all what I had planned, and I honestly prefer this. So much better.
Light a match. In a world full of farts, light a match. What, light a match, would you like to do, light a match?
It's fireball time.
was a fireball.
There's not going to be any brows left in a second, Bison. You looking around, go, you ever have one of those, this is a bad idea moments? And you look down at your fingers and you go, maybe and the fire starts. And that is the last thing any of you remember for a moment. There is a whoomp of a bluish, greenish, purplish, blackish, whitish flash and stench wave that comes off of where you were standing. Red,
Oh.
just as you're turning to leave the door, you see it coming. You have two choices.
I close the doors.
That was one of your choices. You slam the door, taking, let me make this perfectly clear, as your preference, the undead orgy over the flaming farts outside. You
I had a plan.
You
I
slam
had a plan.
You
That's
slam
where you
the
were going
fire
to do it.
door, which works in a way it was never intended to work and keeps the fire outside, not inside.
I too. Because of me.
Outside.
So is all this explosion
Yes,
from the alley or from the front?
that's from both. Because
Both?
narrative. Outside.
Okay.
Everywhere outside is now exploding. So
I
unless
mean,
you need
there-
another
there
door,
was-
unless you need a
there was a
non-exploding
lot
door,
of-
in which
a lot
case
of
there's a
gas.
non-exploding door where you need it to be. This is Friday. Yes to everything.
I'm gonna look at the band, like the ones who are still alive, and tell them to
Yep.
leave. I'm gonna use the disc to get the orgy to stop, and everyone stand perfectly posed like an army,
Okay.
and have
yeah.
them
T-pose.
hold on, have them march out the door towards the FBI van like Dawn of the Dead. To attack.
So you do that, and you're walking behind him like that kid with that got the remote control car for Christmas, but it's the one on the wire that you have to walk behind.
If this
So
was a
you're
movie,
standing-
if this was a movie, as she's walking
Yes.
after them, she touches her thigh, and the doom cannon comes out.
Yes. Yeah. So in one hand you're driving the horde, the other one hand you've got the biggest baddest cannon. So blah, blah, blah. Rambo wishes he could wield this. It's so big. And you're just walking down the street with this cannon, the doom cannon, hanging off of your arm, running the rest of the zombies by remote control. Are they dancing? What are they doing? You have complete control over this, and we're wrapping this up. This is the final scene here. The
They
only thing I'm
are-
going to add is whatever they're doing, they're now on fire heading towards the van. Which
They
won't affect them at all.
are pelvic thrusting towards the FBI van like a horror movie.
Okay.
And as they're doing that, I turn around and the sun tattoo glows, and there's this flaming duck that comes out into the cannon. And I fire the cannon at the country bar to destroy it.
Just without even looking, just back through the open door. The band leaps out of the door around you. You see them pulling off ponytails that hide long, dangling hair. They're pulling off their badly made Western gear to show like Metallica t-shirts underneath. They're running down the alley. They're not even taking their instruments with them, and you realize those must have been rentals, because there's no way a proper death metal undead sex band would ever play guitars that look like that anyway. They'd all be flying V's, right? So they get out, you pull the trigger, and the duck of infinite doom flies into the not okay corral. The mechanical bull says, "Not what I was expecting," as the duck goes right up the backside, anally penetrating the mechanical bull before exploding in a flaming yellow fireball of feathers that makes Cheap think of that time he blew up the rest of his family.
My God.
I just added that to his backstory. Sorry.
It was a disagreement. What am I supposed to
He pissed me off over breakfast cereal.
I haven't seen the tattoo on my back. You
Nobody-
don't want to.
Nobody drinks Count Chocula. Nobody. And sorry, what was coming out of the? Oh, that sounded rude. What was coming out of the front? Red? Sorry, I got completely sucked up in the Duck of
I
Infinite
was
Doom. I forgot what the
I
other song
have
he was
another
doing.
tattoo on my back, but no one's seen it just yet, and I don't know if I want to use it.
Oh no, it was the pelvic thrusting. No, sorry, it was the pelvic
It was the
thrusting.
pelvic
that
thrusting
was it. Yes.
zombie
And-
horde that she's
And
controlling.
as they're moving through the flaming farts, they're lighting on fire. So now they're flaming pelvic thrusting zombies heading towards the FBI surveillance van, the paint of which starts to peel almost immediately because it was made by the lowest bidder, and they cheated to make money. So the paint is highly flammable. So it's not looking good for the guys inside the van. Cheap. What were you doing?
I'm gonna be honest. The van looks like it's pretty well handled. I'll be honest.
Yeah, the van's in trouble. Absolutely. Yeah.
But there's another sin that I found out tonight.
What are you doing?
There's a person who happens to work at our bar, who, as far as I'm concerned, he probably won't survive a night with me. So why does he work for us? So I think I might be showing up out of a hole that they're pretty sure they patched, but
Yep. Just Kool-Aid through the wall. Yeah.
I'm going to look around and kind of wonder, where might my little snack be?
You looking for the sound man?
I am looking for the sound man because he's about to learn many new sounds he can make.
He is still crouched under his desk, wrapped in fireproof insulation.
I'm sure all I hear is knees knocking together.
Yeah. Just
So what it's going to seem like is the scene from Jurassic Park where you have the raptors kind of going by like the kitchen stuff.
Yeah. They almost
Tapping
gone.
toes.
Yeah. You watch the feet go by.
But he made the rookie mistake of only having one thing covered.
Yep.
So you obviously know
He
what
also
he's
made the
doing.
rookie mistake of taking out a plastic bag full of pills because he's coming down. And so you can hear the pills rattling in the plastic bag in his hand too.
You may need more of those by morning.
And as your head comes down and looks at you, and just dumps the whole bag in his mouth. Do you then proceed to eat the sound man?
In a way.
Probably. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what happened to his family.
So, screams light up the night. You are correct. He does not survive the evening.
He's lost.
He has memories that last him all the way to his death at about 4 a.m. They started at 2, a little after 2. So, it was 90 minutes he'll never forget.
And
Except he's
thus,
dead
and
now.
thus the witness has been.
The only living witness in the other bar. And Cheap, being the classy person that you are, you just reach over and hit loop on the sound machine. And down on the dance floor, even though they've still all got their earbuds in, they all continue to dance.
He's better.
Just an
Finally,
average
at this
Tuesday.
late point in the night, as you're just about to turn around and go back to your new friends, you look down and the 4 big skinheads in the corner all just kind of look at each other at the same time, shrug, get up, and start dancing as a group out in the middle of the dance floor.
This is improvement.
So we'll leave what happened in that room alone. That's how Cheap ends the evening. Nothing cheap about that, and the Down Under will leave unsaid. So outside, we have 3 resolutions to accomplish. She's fanning herself, and she's pretty much the same color as I'm looking around as the fireworks behind Cheap. Annalie, how do you end this evening? The FBI van is now on fire and is being slowly crushed by a circle of humping undead. Just slowly humping the van smaller and smaller and smaller. From inside, you hear things like, again? Oh, come on, man. I told you we had to paint over that part. Hey, that's the wiring. That's my hand. That's my hand. That's my hand. And you realize
Enjoy
the
your
adventure
night,
is solving
boys.
itself. Enjoy your night, boys. You turn around and tell me how Annalie leaves. How Annalie exits? Uh,
You know, the thing that witches do with their brooms that they just fly away.
Oh,
well,
no.
that's one of the theories. Yep. There is
But
another
instead
theory.
of a broom,
Yep.
it's just a cloud of pink behind her as she rockets up into the sky.
So it's not so much a broom as it is an ass rocket. Is that what I'm hearing? Yes. You just bend over, lift up your skirt, pull the thong to one side, and rocket into the night sky on a foul-smelling fart projectile of pink and purple stars. I'm adding that. Out over the horizon.
It's not what I had originally planned when I made this character, but it's what we got along the day, and that's what I'm going with.
No character survives a Fun Shot Friday unscarred, just in a very different way. Cheap, murder, death, kill, all kinds of good fun in a sound booth, all to the...
Yes, you're an ass blaster.
You're an ass blaster.
Then who has the infrared vision?
Or-
Oh wait, that would be me.
Inside joke, you can also be an ass hag, if you want. So, which
Makes
leaves
more
us
sense.
to...
I
and
just
know,
looked at the chat and I know I shouldn't.
I know exactly which order I want to do the Tremors ass blaster. Yes, I know which order I want to do this in. Light the match. How do you end this Friday night?
Well, since you said that there are now a bunch of demons in there,
Yes. Yep.
I'm
the
gonna
4 FBI agents that were already in there, plus the one you guys sent home. Yes. Yep.
so I'm gonna use my glaive and collect them.
While they're
Okay.
being crushed.
Yep.
Yep. So you sort of this. You go over and stick the glaive through the like sort of reach over the humpage, the flaming humpage, and sort of stick your glaive into the side of the van in one of the very few places that isn't crushed yet. It starts sucking out these demon souls. Oh, that sounded rude. But yeah, just one at a time into the. They're very quick, all of them. Weird that how FBI agents are that fast to get off into your staff. They
Get
are all
off. Nice.
they're all in there now, and as they go in, you hear things like, "Oh, this is nice. Why were you complaining about here? Here's nice. This is good. We can all line up in a row. We like a bobsled." And then thunk, the door closes on them. The zombies they don't care. They're humping the van. It had nothing to do with the demons inside it.
They can do what they want.
Yep.
I'm gonna head back inside the bar.
Red.
the-
You said head back into your bar.
Yeah, to the
So you sort of-
dancers.
Walk around the block and head back to the bar.
Yep.
Red, you are now out in the
Okay.
street, the control in one hand, the smoking doom duck cannon in the other. Take
I'm
us
going
out,
to
if you would.
press the cannon to my thigh and it immediately merges back to being a tattoo.
Yep.
The duck goes back to my other shoulder.
Thump.
I'm going to fiddle with the controls so every zombie is posed in a very naughty position around this crushed van.
Yep.
And then I'm going to break it so they're stuck like that.
Yep. So they're in a circle facing with bent over almost in half, facing outward with their pants pulled down and their cheeks pulled apart.
Actually, I'm not going to crush it.
Undead
I'm
and on
going-
fire. So, okay.
I am going to reach my hand around and this scaly monster hand comes out from underneath my jacket and crushes it for me
Okay.
from my back.
Yep.
I'm going to go around to the bar.
Yep.
The bar that everyone else is at.
Yep.
I'm going to look for, how do I best word this? A bear? And I'm going to enjoy
Yes.
a very nice evening drinking Jack Daniels and cuddling.
Absolutely. The 4 of you go back to your bar after this minor fracas. The music is back on. There's something wrong in the sound booth, and every once in a while there's a horrible scream, and you haven't seen Cheap in a while, but it's Friday, so you've learned not to ask questions. Out in the street that Red just left, the control panel lays on the ground and it starts to rain. Just a little bit, just enough for one drop of rain to go into the control panel. And the camera zooms in, and as it goes in amongst the buttons, and it zooms in even more as it gets in amongst the integrated circuit board inside. And it gets down to this spot, and this just touches 2 little points of solder, and the tiniest little silver spark. And the circle of flaming undead zombies mooning the world around the crushed FBI van start to twerk into the night. And that is where we will drop the curtain on this evening. Because some things need to happen behind the curtain. Wow. Oh, that was amazing. I love this game. I love this game. You have to be careful who you stream this game with, and you guys were all perfect. We went way too far without going too far. I appreciate the heck out of that. Thank you so much. Whew. Okay, I need a breath. All right, okay, back to the technical stuff. I have to pretend I run this thing again. In my capacity as the representative of Dirty 20 Gaming, I have 6 wonderful thank yous to deliver tonight. Thank you, Anna. It is 4 a.m. where you are?
Not quite 3:30
3?
in the morning.
Pardon me.
3:30.
Only 3:30 in the morning. Pardon me for being hyperbolic and exaggerating. You stayed up till 3:30 in the morning for this foolishness. Thank you. I could not ask anything more of somebody. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for blushing the entire time. And I apologize for your sore stomach muscles for tomorrow.
I told you before, dirty humor, it always fucking gets me, and I
Which is
spent
why I was
the
so
entirety,
happy.
the entirety of last Sexy Battle Wizards laughing my ass off.
As soon as you said that, and then you said you wanted to be in this,
it was going to be the same thing.
it was going to be joyous. Thank you so much. I
It
appreciate
did not go at all like I planned, but I loved every moment of it.
Thank you. That's my job, is to make it not go as planned, and you loved every moment of it. That is the ultimate compliment you can play a GM.
my face cheeks hurt from laughing so much.
Some of you might not know this, but this is like when you do mushrooms. I get permagrin so bad it hurts. Speaking of permagrin, Red Diva tonight played for us by Hellhounds 20. I know you said you needed it. Did we do okay?
Yeah.
Got a
This
smile?
helps so much.
Got a smile going now? Good. In that case, we win.
I don't have a sore smile face. My ears hurt because that's how I smile. My ears are killing me.
I know that one. Oh, thank you so much for joining us. And the art was, perfect. You could see the tats. You could see where they were coming from. I love it. Thank you so much.
I'm saving this character. I'm going to be playing her again someday.
You bet.
Maybe even as a D&D character.
They fit. This character fits in all kinds of games. So thank you so much for joining us. Oh, I need a breath. Oh, Cheap, Dirty Bird, Cheap Down Under, played for us by Nick. I gotta say, before I say thank you, when you first came to the first game I ever had you in as one of the new players over on another channel, you were pretty shy. I am very glad to say you seem to have gotten over that. So thank you, Nick, for having the guts to play Cheap. Thank you. Go ahead.
Cheap is going to stick around for a while tomorrow. But that's whatever. That's the price I pay for him showing up.
Well, you got till Sunday to get rid of him because you got to play somebody else on Sunday who's also.
Oh, don't worry, I got to play a whole bunch of NPCs tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Oh, that's right. You got to be a DM tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm in the back of my head.
Looking forward to it.
Like, no.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing how that session goes. You guys are going to be awesome.
Oh, dear.
Also in that session, but playing light a match for us tonight, Sans. Thank you so much. Your laugh is Oh, it is so worth it. It's just, it is so infectious and so joyous and so unfiltered and so
precious.
happy. Thank you. Thank you.
I have to mute myself because sometimes I know I'm just gonna start hitting the really high notes, and I'm worried about people wearing headphones. So I just have to like mute because I know.
Oh, wow.
I try to do that,
Goodness.
but my laugh is a wheeze.
At least we don't have a Jimmy Carr in the room. It laughs on the in breath. Anyway, that's just weird. Anyway, 2 more thank yous before I got all 4, right? My brain goes to mush on these things. Yeah, I got all 4 of you guys. So I thanked all 4 of you, which leaves 2. Chat tonight, thank you so much. Thunderscape, Bison, Lance was here. Everybody that was here tonight, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for interacting. Glad that we made you laugh. Glad that we managed to take some of the things that suggestions you had and get them worked into the game. That's always I
Oh my
love that
God.
part, because 20 imaginations are better than 5. So and one more for those fictional people, the future people that watch this on YouTube on Dirty 20 Gaming that I never remember to talk about. Go to Dirty 20 Gaming. All this stuff is there on YouTube. To all of you people, thank you as well. And with that, until tomorrow at least, as always, until next time, be nice to each other. Good
Stay
night.
safe.
Au revoir.